All right, so question number 6 from the homework. We have a group of 77 college students, so that is our universal set, or universe. And they were surveyed to ask which sports they played in high school. And their choices were volleyball, soccer, and basketball. And just to compare, let's see, I want to draw my picture the same. Volleyball, soccer, basketball, counterclockwise. So I'm going to try and take this information and fill in a Venn diagram. So we have our universe. I always like to draw that in. Some rectangle, everything has to live in. Then we have volleyball up here. We had soccer down there. And what was the other? Basketball over here. All right, so of those students, 12 played volleyball. 12 only played volleyball. Okay, so to only play volleyball, that means they would live in this region up here outside of the soccer and the basketball area. So I feel pretty confident putting a 12 there. 8 only played soccer, so that would put them in this box as opposed to the whole circle. 8. 9 only played basketball. 10 played both volleyball and soccer. All right, volleyball and soccer. Now I have a little bit of a confusion there because that would be this whole crescent, unless they aren't using the language properly. Let's keep reading. 6 played basketball and volleyball. So I think that should be this region. 18 played both soccer and basketball, and 11 played all three. All right, that information doesn't work together. So I think this could have been worded better. I think these 10 here, we should say maybe only played volleyball and soccer, indicating they didn't also play basketball. So that would put those 10 here, not there, because I know 11 played all three there. Yeah, and this should have been only, I think, otherwise it's ambiguous. So again, what I think is the ambiguity here, when they say 10 played both volleyball and soccer, since it doesn't reference basketball or say only, I think it's this region, but due to that 11 in the middle, that's not possible. So the author of this question must have meant that region right there. And wording these things is tricky sometimes. Okay, so then 6 played both basketball and volleyball. That would be this here. 18 played soccer and basketball. So that would be this one down here. So they wanted us to fill that information in. And then we also have the region outside. So we got to figure out what that is. So now we have to take all this information together along with the 77 to figure out how many played a sport that wasn't volleyball, basketball, or soccer, or didn't play a sport in high school. So those people would be all outside of here. So then we have to add these numbers up. So that gives me, I guess I'm going to make a list. Start with the 8, 18, 9, 6, 12, 10, 11. So we're just kind of going around counterclockwise here. So what do we have when we do that? Let's see, 8 and 8 is 16, and 9 is 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 74 we've accounted for that play. So what are those 77? That's interesting. What set did I just describe? I described the number of elements in the students that played soccer or volleyball or basketball. So that would be the union of all three sets is 74. 77 total, so that means there must be 3 out here that didn't play any to come up with that. That wasn't too bad. So let's see. does this work right? So I'm going to move this just for a second so I can fill it in, see if the question grades right, even though it's got a slight display error. So I thought starting here, we had 8, 18, 9, 6, 12, 10, 11, and then out here should be 3. All right, so here's what I just filled in to match the work I scribbled on paper. That looks correct. Again, this weirdness, I think, does not matter. Yep. And I was hoping they were right. If I put something else in here, like a 0, then I should get that part wrong. Yeah, see, it's almost right. Yeah, so I'll figure out what this weirdness is, but it doesn't affect the way the question works. That's good news.